Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today, editing and filming another video in advance for you guys. What we are going to be discussing is a few sneakers you all should look at in advance right now. I think these pairs are going to be ones that are doing good right now, even with the sneaker market being down. I think over time, they're safe plays, and also they're popular models. They've been selling well. Some have been slowly rising already because they're based off certain things. You may know what I'm talking about already for certain pairs, but if you want more content like this, check my Instagrams, any of that down below. Sometimes I post here looking for pairs, so if you want to give me a follow here sometimes. Again, maybe I'll have a pair that, I want to buy that you have. So, and don't forget to check out my friend and I's group down below. You can follow our Instagram or Twitter page. You can see the autofill tools that we just released free for members. So those should be out tonight or tomorrow night. So don't miss out and be sure you guys go become a part. You can see all the things that are offered right there. Like, for example, generating VCCs for Nike and Shopify, and accounts for different sites, unique browser tabs. Each tab could hold a Nike account. You wouldn't need VP proxy switcher or anything, so it saves a lot of time. And of course, we'll have free SEO for members, so they won't miss out on these. We had early info given the drop date before they were even on sneakers. And you can see everything that is offered right here, so don't miss out. And there's even more that's offered here that isn't on the screen. You can see this will pop it up on the screen. This is just an example of some success we've had with a member just recently from our loop section, so we can show you how to make money online. And of course, our free app as well, where you can personalize your pings, and you can also search up products, see how they're selling, see what the best sizes are to sell across apps, most profitable ones. So a really unique feature, and you get free access to that when you're a member. So I hope to see you all on the waitlist down below. We also have expanded to Europe, Canada, and Asia, so if you're from any of those parts, guess what? We can now help you out. So hope to see you guys there, and let's get started. Click join, and then boom, it'll bring you here, and then you can join through that. And waitlist is free to join, only charge if you're let into the group. Thought that might all be helpful though, so yeah. Sorry, I was just grabbing something right there, but the first shoe I want to talk about is the Spiderman Jordan 1 right here, which has already started making progress. A lot of people's prediction played out, perfectly. A lot of people are thinking, hey, these have been selling consistently. Right around the movie date when these release, more people are going to see them in the movie, and they're going to want to grab a pair online. And that was 100% correct. Size 11.5 is the one that has truly made the most progress. I think maybe 3 days ago when I was talking about these in a video, they were at like $290. Now you can see selling consistently at $320 plus. Doesn't shock me. Again, the movie has just released, so there's more hype out for the sneaker, and things like this are going to happen. So this is just a result of that playing out, basically. And this is not the case with most sizes, though. It's mainly the big ones that are currently rising, or the more popular selling sizes. For example, 10.5, 11, 11.5, and you could see the best selling sizes on our app. So if that was something you were curious about, maybe you really like holding on to sneakers, you could use our app to search up certain sneakers and see the best sizes to buy to then sell later down the line. Because usually the sizes that sell the best, at first, will be the best ones that sell down the line. And they also sometimes, like smaller sizes will go for a bit more than the bigger sizes for a sneaker over time, just because, again, they are better sellers. There's more people that are willing to pay up for that size and willing to buy them. Now, while they may be more common sometimes, this happens with only some sneakers, but it is something I noticed. It wouldn't happen with something like this, right, where the big sizes even have more stock too, but there's also just more people in general that want it. But sometimes with slept on pairs like SBs over time, the big sizes will sometimes not go for as much, and this hasn't happened with recent SBs. I'm talking about like 2021 and 2020 pairs, or some of the older SBs from like 08, just way down the line. Sometimes the smaller sizes sell better and sell for higher prices because it's easier to find buyers for those sizes, because the average person is a 9 or 10 usually. So keep in mind, and I know some people watching this video are like, man, I'm a size 14. I'm not on the average whatsoever. And very true. Luckily, this is actually a really good pair you could get that isn't really too much in terms of breaking the bank. You could start saving for this and get it right now. And it's kind of with it's a recent pair, and these actually look good. So these Craft Force, so there's a few others. But I feel for my people with really big or really small feet, it's really hard to get your pairs sometimes. Mainly if you're like a 14 though. If you're a 14, then yeah, you're limited to what shoe releases you can wear. But again, not crapping on y'all. Just the first one I want to get into. It's been performing well. I think it will continue. You can see the sales are high, and again, it has been slowly rising as the movie is just released, and there you go. Not a shocker. So these will continue to rise in the future. Not a restock that really is planned or on the way for these. So another one. These just dropped. I'm trying to think. Is it the 6th today? No, yesterday. These dropped yesterday, and the sales are looking good for it. Again, it's selling well. And while they are, fairly near retail. Retail was $140, but these are selling, above them. They're flipping well right now. But the thing is that these were very limited. These were like 14,000 pairs on sneakers or something, and the blue pair was limited to boutiques only, like Undefeated, and other local just shops that happen to have them. So if you're thinking about that, these never really had a lot of stock, and if you're willing to hold Air Maxes, I think these are a good play. They have a special box, they have the emblem on them, unique colorway. They also have right here back by the heel, you can see it actually says Puerto Rico, and it just it has a different font than the standard Nike Air text. So there's a couple things in this one where I'm like, hey, it's actually better than your average Air Max. It's low stock. Seems like demand is there for them. So if you understand what happens with stuff like that, usually when the stock is low and demand is a little bit higher than that. So yeah, I think these might start to sell well, but we will see. Again, I think it would definitely take some time, but it's a clean Air Max. People are going to want these, and I don't think there's like another restock on the way, especially for this pair since they just dropped on sneakers. Maybe the blue ones will end up dropping there, but I don't think that'll happen. So we'll see, but a limited pair of Air Maxes, I think this will be a good play for the future. Just a lot of unique details, and overall clean colorway. So Nike did a good job, and stock's already not too high, so that helps. And it's selling kind of well. I don't think they rose or anything like that, but yeah, if anything, they'll probably be dropping slightly, and then over time they go up slowly. But another one is the Yeezy Azure slide. This is just one of my favorite ones to discuss. The sales have been really high for this one, and they're going to be consistently selling at the lower prices right now, between like 120 to 140 right now in apps, which makes sense. Again, slides don't retail for an incredibly high price. They retail for $70. So seeing them resell for almost double the resale is already a good thing. But again, if you look at what most slides go for over time, if you're willing to wait long term and just not sell these, basically it's going to be a waiting game. The longer you're going to be willing to wait to sell these, the more you will make off it. But the thing is that it will eventually become harder to find buyers that are willing to pay that high price, as these do start to slowly rise. But keep in mind, there's a lot of people that are holding these also. It doesn't really limit the factor that these will go up. I mean, it's going to be one of the most consistently and hot selling Yeezy slides over the next few months in StockX, if not the highest selling. But the only one that would probably be above this one in terms of Yeezy slides selling would be the Onyx one. Wouldn't be shocked if those ones went higher than the Azures. They already are higher in price, but in terms of those ones have restocked multiple times, so they may be a little bit slower to rise. But the sales are consistently higher for the Onyx one. So these ones will probably rise slower. It will eventually happen. Again, the reason the prices are low right now is because the Yeezy release has just happened, or the confirmed drop that happened on the June 1st and also on May 31st. But now we're getting past that a little bit. People are getting their pairs in, so we're just going to see people selling off a lot of their stock now, and then eventually we will kind of see the prices start to slowly rise. We'll kind of notice it in the big sizes first, or the ones that were a little bit more limited, like for example a 13, maybe an 11, like a size 9, like that, like popular selling sizes, maybe like not a 9, but like a 10, 11, 13. We'd start to see those slowly start to creep up. But there's a lot of people holding these, and stock was pretty good. So if you think about that, that's the main thing we just got to keep in mind right now. So if you're buying into this one, don't pay, if you're going for a 9 and 10, don't pay more than 125. And for bigger sizes, 11, 12, 14, really don't be trying to pay more than 140. That's what I would say. So personal thoughts, but sales are good. These are going to continue to sell well over time, and stock's not going to be there. Like, there won't be as many people selling these, and there'll be more people wanting them, and that'll cause the prices to go up. And finally, we do have the MX Cinder foam runners. I think this is another great play to make as well, because very low in price right now. But if you go look at the MX Carbon foam runners, those are a $250 to $300 sneaker. So the fact that this is also an MX colorway, I know it's not as good, but the MX Carbons aren't particularly great either, but they go for so much more. So again, if you're willing to be patient, I think these are going to be a good play. The stock was higher for these, but the sales are good. These actually, more of these have sold in the last 3 days than the Azure slides on StockX. So keep that in mind. People are, like, hey, the prices, why are the prices for foam runners, by the way? I just want to say this. Foam runners, an actual, sneaker, are like within $5 to $10 of Azure slides. So that should show you how in demand Azure slides are. They didn't even drop they dropped pretty low, but not as they didn't brick super hard. So those are going to be a good play, but these are going to be an especially good play. I mean, the fact that we see a foam runner almost selling right around the price of the slide, and they both released at the same time, is pretty wild. I just think these are extremely undervalued. People are just selling them off, not even thinking about it, and eventually once a bunch of people have sold them off, they're like, dang, I kind of sold these for a little bit lower than I wanted to, and in a couple months these will be at 160, 170, I bet, and then eventually a year or so from now they'll be selling really, really, well. They'll age well over time. Just make sure you store them correctly. Do everything you can to just make sure they stay pristine. That's the main thing. But these are going to be a good one because, again, people are just quick selling right now. They're not even thinking twice about it. It's the cheaper retailer, or not cheaper retailer, but cheaper retail, easy flip. I mean, botters right now just selling their pairs off to StockX are making like an easy like 20, 40 per pair. So, I mean, they're not stressing, and the shipping's covered by StockX. So, they're flipping those. They're quick selling them right now. Prices are low for that reason. So, once that stops, we'll notice some rise. Promise, because sales aren't going to drop too much. They always sell, Yeezys always sell well, and now they're limited because they're done dropping them. So there we go. But if you guys want more content like this, again, feel free to check our Twitter down below. And if you guys want to become a member today, start cooking more pairs, you guys can check out our website down below. Join the waitlist, see everything we offer. You can see some member testimonials, so you know we're legit. Again, everything we offer, we're now in all regions, so you can check out the different plans we offer. You can join our waitlist, and again, see you can get access to our app, one-on-one support, so many other things. Again, I want to show you all the app again because you can look, again, personalize your pings, see what sizes sell well, the daily sales for certain sizes, so things like that. Very useful. This is just for the Doritos SB, but don't miss out on that. And of course, you can personalize your pings to what you'd like, and you see we have so much useful information for you guys, so don't miss out on that and start cooking more online with tons of different types of flips, sneaker related, learning how to source, learning how to bot, whatever it may be. We have lots of different areas for that. And of course, our under market deals, just another thing we do for fun for members. So I appreciate you guys, love you all, and I'm gonna end this screen recording. So I hope to catch you all in the next video tomorrow, I think. But let me know what you guys think. Are you holding any of these? Again, let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you there. Peace.